Hello, everybody. Yeah, I've been spending not that much time on social media, but I figure, to do a weekly check-in with the interesting things that come up in the week, being that creatively, energetically, and sharing things that I assume that I maybe take for granted. That's not really that common, apparently, depending who you know, or in this generation, maybe it's completely new. And so, as you know, since my last couple of posts on social media, I've been cleansing myself, I've been eating the lemons every day and doing my 10,000 steps. And I've done 11,000 something steps today. And the other thing I've been adding is resistance training, and I've also been now adding the fire dancing, as it's been let out that yes, at one time I feel embarrassed to say it, but I shouldn't. People were saying you're one of the best fire dancers in Ontario, Canada. I didn't say that, but I guess if other people were saying that, there must be something to it. I'd like to say am one of them. It was definitely a passion for a good 10 years, and I did shows and I did things professionally, and I threw a bit of that back into the training today, and just like to say hi to Rob, as he made some very funny AI renditions of times that I forgot about when I went to Burning Man, and I'm almost embarrassed to say that because, with mastery comes with it a lot of things, notoriety, people want you to do stuff, people are chasing you, people want to know you, people want to lesson with you, people want to jump out and hug you, and many things. Many beautiful things came with that, and many beautiful people came with that. And with that, it's very. I think that was the first time I had trouble dealing with not being used to being popular in any way, and just every message had to do with that. Everything online. It was just a lot for me, who I forget, needs some time to recharge to himself and spend some time doing that. Which brings me to the point of this video. I've been reconnecting with myself and friends and memories and things, stories, lore, energy, balance, and connection to everything beyond the human realm and the human scope. So I had a very interesting last week talking to my friend online, Jan. Hello, Jan. About energy healing, Reiki, people we used to know, and an interesting thing came across him knowing a former partner of mine in the ways of talking about, I guess I don't know how else to say it, butterfly whispering. Maybe there's a name for it. But it was one of my first lessons in energy that I say energy. For those who don't know, we all have an energy field, and every field is connected to the greater beyond us, and the cells are all intermingling magnetically, electrically, spiritually, I say. And if you go into that question, you will find very magical, don't know how else to put it, but you know your intention and your being is affecting the world in a way that is resonant. So, in my preamble to what I'll show as imagery, as unfortunately, if I talk about energy, people might think that's, all hunky dory and all that, or hocus pocus, alidocus. People need to see to believe, and in my life, I've met some magical folks that through the acts of showing has expanded the reality of some. So many people do this, many people know about it. I almost felt like it's something that I shouldn't really talk about because that kind of ruins the experience for people. But then I also realize, I was just talking to a good friend the other day. He's like, did I ever talk to you about energy and butterflies and how, as a male, one of my goals was to balance both sides of my feminine and masculine aspects, and one of them I translated as being the butterfly, per se, is a feminine energy. It's curved, moves in a figure eight, and it moves thusly through the world, seeming waywardly, yet it actually is in its intention and it's going where it goes. It's just not moving in a linear way. Much like I would say the polar opposite seems to be the dragonfly, right? It flies very straight and very exact and stops and goes and stops. So that's an analogy how I've looked at it to be able to talk about and show someone actually in the real world the difference between perhaps a male masculine linear energy and a butterfly curved energy. So one of my lessons that just appeared to me through the years was if I can interact and tame my feminine energy and my masculine energy, things within the universe should align, and then we are parallel, we are aligned. We know each other, we are knowing with that. And the universe will show that to you through its truth, through its action, even if you ask it. And if you are steady in your heart center and ready to receive, and it's not about showing this on the ostentation that I am the master and that you are not. It is just, I'm ready to receive, I'm in joy for receiving, and now I understand, now I know. And it is not mine per se, as that's the energy we're learning to transcend. It's possible for anybody to understand this, yet for one to break, let's say, the scaffolds and molds of what your reality is, sometimes you need somebody to show what is possible. Yet in my life, I just have, per se, the inclination, the vision, the intuition to do something. And I know those words are very easily criticized when, of course, we're in the physical world and there's nothing to show for it. So I've always struggled with knowing and showing. So I've had some heart-to-hearts with friends and some very beautiful acknowledgments in the last week. And I've had a lot of synchronicity within that. And then within that, I focused to ask the question to the natural world, to the energetic self, should I show this? So the other day I had some very fun butterfly whispering and things that led me to that place. And then I was on the phone with my friend and telling her this story as things were happening all around me. And I had these pictures of butterflies coming close and landing on me. And then I opened to the fact that, hey, it's been like 7 or 10 years since I butterfly whispered. Um, because it's a very challenging energy to maintain that vibration in the big city when there's so many, um, like it's rank with many, let's just say the opposite of subtle vibrations, very harsh vibrations. So, I could, again, what I'm saying, talk is cheap, but it's not about proving. And that's what I wrestled with today as I had, some very funny pictures yesterday. And it reminded me, I know how to do this. And in times where people needed magic or something, a sign to see, I don't know why, but I've been, let's say, a conduit for the universe to shed some light, some joy, some magic with somebody who needs something outside of themselves to create wonder. So, if anything, I always joke, no, I'm not a magical person. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not supposed to talk about that thing. But I think in this day and age, sharing is caring, and after I've come back from the strange world of seemingly the dead to come back again, I've had some very interesting acknowledgments and dreams that it's time. And even when I say that, right, it could be scary or it could be exciting. If I say it's time for you to be you now, what does that mean? And do we have to share all those things? That's always a struggle for anybody, if you know who has a channel like this, to share and put yourself out there. It's completely terrifying. You get many things that don't resonate, perhaps going against you, but again, in the vibration is the vibration, and it knows what it knows, and it reflects and perhaps rewards you with joy and knowing. And I was just laughing today because I asked the butterfly today, because they always have to ask permission, right? Do you think we should lift the veil up a bit and show the world? And also, if you want to remind me that that's the essence of what I'm here to do, it's not always written plans. I didn't plan to make a video like this, but this was unquestionably showing me. So, though I'm not recording this with images, I will add them. But on my way, I remember just talking about energy with somebody in the comments on Pam Gregory's channel about how I saw a swarm of insects moving in a figure-8 pattern, or I believe when I looked at them, they came together like a swarm, and in the swarm it almost made a shape of an hourglass, or like there's a spirit there. As I was staring in the water, and it attuned my perception to not words, or those who may know the world of Vipassana, the complete world of energy, being, or knowing you are it. Even saying that makes me laugh. But this is for those that know that, and it is also an invitation for those who don't know what I'm talking about. And so, okay, let's go back to the day. I was doing my 11,000 steps, did my meditation, I did my kind of fasting, I sat down, I was quiet, had my moment with the flowers, and then I also went into the world of the world is not names. That's quite, I'll let you simmer with that one. So when you get on that perception where the world is not names and perceptions, it's a different way of being. And I know from butterfly whispering, even though I didn't have the language at the time, that was getting into yourself and being of the energy, let's say, of that which you wish to connect with. So I have to quieten the masculine side of myself, which is build, drive, go, overcome, dominate. You know, some of these things are very useful for our day to day, and but it has to be balanced because we can't discount that we are both. So, quietening that side of yourself in your energetic field. I mean, I'm speaking from someone that doesn't come from any school, and my life's always been weird like that. I just kind of find stuff and figure out stuff, and things happen. And it's not always easy for me to talk about that. And usually, when I talk about it, people just kind of, what's this guy saying? And through my ears, like, I hope this guy stops talking now because what the heck is he saying? So, if you are experiencing that now for the first time, perhaps this video is for you. So, back to the butterfly story. Okay, I will put set picture here. I was walking and then I noticed it again for the second day. And in the world of synchronicity, if you notice something again, it's like the glitch in the matrix. Like that happened yesterday. Did I just not notice that yesterday? Does it always happen there? So I noticed the same swarm of mosquitoes or fairy-like happenings, but there were many of them. There were 3 this time. And I thought, maybe the butterflies are there again today. Maybe I should go right into that. Maybe I'd like to film the hourglass type motions. So I thought, maybe I should continue my exercise. And, my masculine side was like, Jay, you did that yesterday. You don't have to do that today. And then I thought, that's telling me something, though, because there's not just one of them. There's 3 of them. Hence, as I thought it, there's 4 of them now. So I started to try to film this with my iPhone, which I don't really know how to use that slow motion functionality, so I tried it a couple of times. And as I whipped my phone out, I thought of the butterflies again, and one flew by. I held out my hand, trying to remember how to invite the beautiful presence of that as a friend would in a handshake, per se. And in that moment, when I took my camera out, the beam of light on my hand reflected in an iridescent rainbow streak. And, maybe that's a camera flare, and it is. But for that moment to happen, as I stood there exactly when I exactly thought that, I took it as a sign that I think the butterflies want to talk to us. And then I thought, do the butterflies want to talk to us today? And do they want to be filmed? And thus, do I have your permission, butterfly realm, to show like with proof and evidence that we are connected and that we can, with the right mind, heart, soul, thought, light, and sound, show a message that the world is infinitesimal, beautiful. There are realms beyond realms, and many people keep this to themselves and laugh and smile to themselves. And it's been told to me that I, through the years, have, I guess, that has become part of my being, and I don't didn't even notice it. I just like laugh at everything because I see how it's all connected. But anyway, the beam of light, and then the presence of just that question. Although it is in English, it's like I'm sending out that wave, that feeling, and I'm thinking of all the lessons and all the times it's happened before in my life. The first time it happened, all my connections with the trees, all my connections with sound, the frequencies, the spirals, letting that all sink in to my hand, and knowing the butterfly is a spiral and my hand is a spiral. And there are many spirals within my bones, and my energy moves in a spiral. And relaxing to say, if you wish, butterfly friend, we can have a little fun, show a little magic to the world. And my words, as they say, you know, the image, the experience, is worth 1,000 words. In that moment, it's the most peaceful, tranquil moment as you integrate the both sides of your energetic self to know and house that you are one beyond the human self too. And then when I came home, I laughed because I made this, which is going to be one of those things that I was going to put as I create things, and I leave them for little smiles to myself. And I forgot, as you can see here, I forgot that in her hand, this amazing fairy, I forgot who the artist was. I wish I could remember. This is from a Neil Gaiman book, so I'm not sure who the artist is. But as you see, I forgot there's a little butterfly there. And so again, the universe is funny, works in mysterious ways. I didn't plan that, but it occurred. And so without further ado, and again, hi to Jan, Jessica, everybody, and Ron, and everyone that I've been talking to about the Celestine prophecy and the giggly joy with the world opening up. Here's the video I will place here as I sit quietly for you to enjoy. It's like such a funny day that it's the second time in a row. Okay. So, in the liveness of this, I hope you enjoyed that video, which will be posted here somehow, um, in the moment that is not now, which was the moment that already occurred. And, I've been sharing with people when there's things like this, and you are this person, and you're afraid to be you and what you know to be. And if you shied away from that which you completely understand, obviously the world won't know you. Yet, in the energetic world, energy speaks louder than words. So, what I'm doing now is making, more of a calm, present invitation, which was my question this week. What am I doing that is helping? What, even this, I've been asking all of you, aside from music, which I love, I need it to be aligned with who I am and where I'm going. And the message of everything we do is within our actions. So if this was a little too far-fetched or too magical, I do not apologize. It's an experience that I wish more people um, experience. And if this inspires you to do the same, you will never look at the world the same again. And it's not just this. I mean, you already maybe have it with your dogs. You may know somebody that has a ability with birds, and that's even more fun. Um, I had a friend once that, even though she wasn't saying, I'm like, she needs some cheering up. And I did exactly the same thing with a little bird. And I had never even done it before in my life, so I just did the same thing, right? I had my energy and my invitation, which is of the less word place. And yeah, it's something that, doesn't speak in the way that the social media language is going, which is very quick and very no space in between. And I think the reason I'm making videos like this, even though I may make those, is to show you in its rawness and its uncat, unfettered way, this is actually who I am in the present moment. So if you were to meet me, this is pretty much the vibe. And the other thing, which is the add-on and the quick things and the things to get your attention, is another thing that I think is kind of changing the perception of even um, when something should be ready and when something should be delivered. It's very industrial, right? It's like go, 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 post, post, post. You need this many views, this many, this and that, but it's really just what are you doing with it? And I just want to thank everybody and the butterflies and the rest of the planet and the energy and all those on the path of sharing and healing. Just thank you, everybody. I've been writing also some more meditations on the tree stump. Thanks everybody for saying they enjoyed the last one. I've never done anything like that before, so uh, thank you. I wasn't even going to share that before. And what else? Yeah, there's just more clarity now, um, more confidence within my being. So if that's where you're headed too, thanks for listening to this 33-minute Vibration of the One, I guess, podcast, because I was posting those. But I felt if I don't have something to say, I don't really want to just make it for no reason because it's scheduled, right? So we'll end this at a magic number. Thank you. You just want to be my friend, don't you? Beautiful blue butterfly. Oh, you lovely one. Thank you for showing the humans that you are magical. You're all magical. Thanks for visiting me. Thanks for balancing us on this planet. You're very beautiful.